Fucking what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Math Rock review. Today we're going to be reviewing Celsius's Cherry Cola. But we're going to start it off with a shot of Don Julio, courtesy of our friends from the San Antonio Zoo. I don't know if you can read that.
Is that the preferred pairing?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm told.
Manufacturer like recommended like.
Yeah,
spec.
It comes with the little booklet that comes with the Cherry Cola Celsius that you buy. So
it's on the
without
side
further
of the Don
ado,
Julio. It's like mix this with Celsius to find the great punch.
Yeah, poor man's speedball. Here we go. Hey,
cheers! All cheers to that.
God bless.
I got a bowl in hand.
America.
Ooh,
that's incredible. That was
wow.
I've ascended.
We're just starting the episode right.
That being said, Tony, do you want to actually tell us what's fucking happening today?
Today we're reviewing An Attempt to Harvest Denial by Sloth, a band from Texas, submitted by Super Yoga Flame on Instagram, someone by the name of Axel, and also looks like they're in the band Postals. Thank you for your submission. We can't wait to dive into this tasty, jammy stuff. I did have a listen for fans of The Fall of Troy, Snooze,
Hail the Sun.
Yeah, a little Hail the Sun, maybe Delta Sleep. I heard a lot of Delta Sleep influences. So that's just from the first pass of what I was kind of listening to. The stuff I listened to was short and sweet. So I'm excited to get into it with you guys and see what's going on.
Quick shouts out to Axel, big So As To Be fan. Always in the DMs being real nice to me. So big love. I see you. I love you.
It's super sweet.
What a loser.
First track is Toasty. Well, I mean, So As To Be is a good band, so you got to give it to them.
Yeah.
I also mentioned a little bit of the Sloth and Jank influences, so I heard that right away. Or just those kind of sounds a little bit. So I do wish with this kind of music, like this mix, like the punchiness of the guitars and the Vox, being a little bit too high, like those kind of things, like take me out of it, and I wish the mix is I like it from a contextual standpoint in that it's like gritty, it's in there, it's like it feels very true to like the sound, it feels very close to the sound, it's not very overproduced, but I do wish there was like a little bit more attention there to the presence of the guitars and how hot the vocals are.
Yeah, agreed. I feel like the production of each instrument individually is solid. Like, the vocals sound good. They're well recorded.
Speaking of vocals, right here, this is the Austin riff. Do you hear that? That was Austin, totally.
I do like.
Is this your side project, dude. Austin? Is this a secret project?
See?
That we don't know about?
Maybe it should be. I don't know. But
should feature.
I like the individual components, production-wise.
Yeah.
Contextually, I agree. There's like a dynamicism. Ooh, I like that screen.
Dude, I wish the guitars were punchier here.
Yeah. Like, when the guitar is
so
hitting...
Good. Go for it.
Hold on, I wanted to let that hit. That's a Chon-ass riff right there. Yeah, I don't know. When it's supposed to be punchier, there's not that, like, fifth gear where the whole floor kind of comes up with you. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes, 100%. Like, there's like bass drop moments where it's like goosh, and you want it to like rumble, and it kind of just doesn't. It kind of like fizzles there a little bit. And that's it takes me out of it when I say that. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Just a touch.
Yeah.
Just a touch.
Yeah, I'm glad we brought up Chan. I feel like this sounds like that 2008 Chan EP.
Totally.
A lot.
Yeah.
If it had vocals over it.
Yeah.
Which I like.
And this would be the ideal vocal style I would probably want over something like that, to be honest.
Definitely.
Something really expressive, really shouty, screamy, but also really dynamic with the cleans. It's a very, Austin style.
This riff.
This is where I got the snooze. I was like, oh, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like the chuggy, genty, kind of like rhythmically complex, but like smooth on top with the drums. Oh. Why is it always got to be some anime shit, dude?
I was gonna say, what anime is this?
It's Berserk, like a bonfire
Is it
of
Berserk?
dreams. Yeah, she goes, that's Casca. Like a.
I'm taking off 2 points because they used the dub.
Yeah,
Minus 2
exactly.
points for
Right?
using the
Yeah. Yeah. If it was in Japanese, I might not know it was Berserk.
No dubs. No dubs.
The fucking bonfire of dreams looking ass. Anime pilled.
His singing style right here is kind of snoozy.
Like old Snooze, that first EP.
Wait,
Yeah.
no, this is like. I kind of hear Ferris. You're kind of singing too. I'm hearing a bunch of stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Garbage trees.
Really quick,
Gritty
pause it.
tea.
Yeah.
So the lower register stuff, pull up Snooze is actually extremely EP because they had a different singer. Play fucking Snooping as Usual, I see, and tell me that's not the same fucking voice in the lower registers.
Just go up there and accept the thing. Someone else do it. I don't like public speaking. Hurry up, the whole room is
Logan tends to say down. You know.
This isn't Logan though.
Oh, it isn't?
No, that's what I'm saying. There's a different singer.
Old singer.
This is Peter.
It's a different guy.
Oh. Oh yeah, right here. It goes higher. Oh, I totally hear it now. Okay, sure. Yeah, I was gonna say Logan usually tends to stay down. But
That timbre is very similar.
yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, sorry to derail us.
But I hear right here.
Yeah.
I hear Ferris right there. You hear that?
Yeah.
Is that kind of like nasally?
Yeah. This is probably one of my favorite songs on the album. The other songs are a bit like kind of Chan, like kind of sounding a bit too much, and this one's like really expressive. This first song is like all over the place with the different sounds.
Yeah.
This first track like really pulls you in, and it pulled me in. I listened to the whole EP the first time when I listened to the song.
Same.
So. Yeah, that was great. Toasty, what a good start to the EP.
Great opener. It's, again, to me, it's very, very, very old Hail the Sun. Like,
okay, yeah.
if you hear that first demo, it's not as spastic and like fucking all over the place.
Yeah.
But like the vocal performance, the guitar riffs, the kind of post-hardcore ethos going on, it's very old Hail the Sun, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I love that first track. There was so much cool stuff going on in there. You're getting Chan, you're getting Hail the Sun, a little dance, Gavin dance, some like other stuff that's really cool. I liked it a lot.
Okay, this next track is Emerald Hill. Is that a Sonic the Hedgehog reference?
Yeah.
That sounds like a Sonic the
almost.
Hedgehog
Yeah,
reference.
almost assuredly. So immediately I just heard like a lot of Chon influence with this song. Not
Save
much
Us
to
from
say
the
with this
Archon.
song. A little bit, yeah, sure, yeah. But it's more in the like Save Us from the Archon has like the Chon influences, and that's what we're hearing at
Right.
the end of the day, you know.
Hey, even they know Chon is Sonic Core. That's why they made this song a Sonic level.
Whatever.
Just saying, it's catching
that
on.
niche genre.
I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog music went hard.
Absolutely. Come
Those
on.
guys
now.
in the studio, they were just like, we're gonna make some crazy
Yeah, they were
soundtrack.
riffing.
They were coked out, going
Oh,
way
yeah.
too hard for Sega.
They had the cherry cola Celsius.
They were on the slopes. Just fucking,
With the Don Julio.
yeah, just hitting the slopes, just cracking Celsius. Again, I wish the guitar solo guitar was a bit more present. Yeah.
I like that little 5 section we just got through. Oh, we're still in 5.
Yeah, we're still in 5, yeah. It's kind of
Like a halftime.
yeah, it's weighing into that. Yeah, it's laying into that kind of rhythmic modulation.
Kind of like a 5/2 almost.
This is a cool riff.
Still in 5.
Dude, the bassist is doing work
Yeah, absolutely.
in this
yeah.
band. He's doing fucking work.
It's a common tone too, that like super mid-driven, like, you know, gritty bass tone. Me personally, I wish
Yeah.
it was like more like the Dan Briggs, like the gritty on top, but like the
A little
deep
smoother.
low. Yeah, smooth.
Yeah.
You can still have the gritty high end though. Like I like that.
Damn, that track is 3 minutes long, but it felt like it was like 30 fucking seconds. Maybe it was because we were like
Yeah.
vibing and talking, but when a 3-minute song with no fucking vocals just like flies by you, I think that's a good thing. That's
absolutely.
That's exciting. That's good driving music. That's good. Maybe not
Sonic
party
the
music.
Hedgehog music, bro.
It's good hedgehog music. You right. You
Sonic
right.
Heroes. Throwing some Sonic
Like-
Heroes.
Ooh, Sonic Heroes. That shit belongs in a skateboard video.
Absolutely.
This is Darth Paper, track 3.
Dude, it just sounds like this is kind of like pop punky a little bit. The vocal melody, it kind of reminds me of that. Like,
Reminds you of who?
it reminds me of So As To be honest.
It's like, I feel like they've done a really good job of being almost Swancore, but not Swancore. Because if
Yeah.
it was Swancore, this would be kind of annoying. But it's like,
If he was singing an octave higher.
Yeah.
I think it's more of like Swancore has this
Oh,
like
shit.
really like intense like overproduction.
Dude,
Everything's just like very like flattened.
wait, listen to this rhythm. They hit the They hit the Denzel Curry. I am the one, don't weigh a ton. They hit that rhythm.
I was afraid
I ain't
you were
mad
gonna
at
say
it.
It sounds like a SpongeBob character again.
Wait, pause it real
Under
quick. I want
the
to hear what
sun
Ferris had
of-
to say. I want to hear what Ferris had to say too, because I'm with you. It does kind of sound like that. Is that Denzel Curry or is that fucking?
That's Denzel.
Or is that?
Curry,
I thought that was
yeah.
Suicide Boys.
I am the one, don't weigh a ton, don't need a gun to get respect
Oh,
up,
you're right.
up on the streets.
What were you saying, Ferris, about it being almost Swancore?
I was just saying they did a really good job of almost being Swancore, but not being Swancore.
Yeah, I feel that.
'Cause- yeah, and I think it's partly the production because I feel like Swancore is like so overproduced and everything's just like, very
Yeah.
like flattened and like
Yeah.
in your face.
Compressed and
I feel like it's also it's more creative, I think, than a lot of Swancore bands are too.
Yeah, it gives that like organic kind of feel. That it also
Yeah.
goes back to sounding like Save Us from the Archon in that respect, where it's like somebody that's
Yeah.
like branching out and being like super creative in this like really expressive way.
Or
Yeah,
even
'cause they-
early Hail the Sun, you know.
Yeah, because they have that
Yeah.
formula of like chord, needly wheedly 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 chord,
Yeah.
chord, but they have some more exciting chord voicings and some substitutions here and there, and the bass playing I think is way more exciting than most bands in that subgenre,
Yeah, absolutely.
if you will.
Yeah,
Dude, these guys, have you checked out their Instagram?
a little bit. Yeah.
Only
They
a
look
little.
like they're like 17.
I think they're young cats
Yeah, I
for
think
sure.
they're-
I don't think they're
yeah.
quite 17, but they're young cats.
And the lyrics are sung in a more like straightforward way. They're less like R&B kind of style that Swancore kind of does. They're sung in a way that's more direct and kind of just thinking about like composition with the arrangement, I think, where it's like building
I like this
on those
transition.
scales. Yeah, this is really nice.
Yeah.
Like that. This is
They
also
can
kind of like Delta Sleep.
You
Yeah.
can tell they kind of want to be more like emo than they want to be whatever
Like
Swancore
post-hardcore.
is. Yeah.
I feel what
That
you
sounds like awesome.
The meter change here. Or the metric change. Oh,
Yeah, we're in a 6/8 vibe.
yeah. It changed from like 3 to 6/8. Yeah. Oh,
Kind of a
the swing.
Heviola.
The swing. So interesting.
That's a 5. He's doing a 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Can you back it up
Sure,
like
yeah,
15 seconds?
yeah. Let's hear that again. Let's play that
Back that
back.
thing up.
6 4 5 6 6. And then the guitar part on top that comes up.
This is the 3.
Still in 6. Yep.
This is the 3, and then it goes into the 6 right here. Oh
3
no,
4
it's
5 1 2 3
yeah.
4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2.
My bad. It was the 6.
But the drums are still playing like a 6.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's cool.
Wait, can we go back to that same place one more time? Also, this bass part.
I wish that was deep and subby, man. Oh, there's so much I wish there's from the mix there, because the instrumentation's so strong, the arrangement's so good. And with this guitar solo too, man. That was a bass drop moment too.
Yep. I like the double tracked screams. It's a good touch.
Yeah. Absolutely. I love the guitar focus too. It makes it sound like the more guitar centric, like Save Us from the Archon or like Roselia, the Swancore that kind of vibe where it's like a lot of guitar driven, distorted, solo-y stuff.
That was sick.
Yeah.
That was sick. That was a great. That was Darth Paper.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was a banger. Really cool instrumentation. The one, or I guess it's two things, and we mentioned one of them is kind of the way the vocals sit in the mix. The other thing is that when the guitar does come in to be more of a lead, it's kind of got this Line 6 Spider insane red channel ass tone at sometimes, and I don't think that's like the amp settings. I think that's like recording, like it kind of sounds like they had printed guitar tones going into whatever interface or like whatever stems they had, and they didn't like reamp or like take a bunch of time to EQ this.
Or you can stack those distortions too to get like a really low growly low end, and then like that really crazy high Line 6 Spider like air or whatever.
It sounded like the old guitar tones on those iPads we used to use in guitar class. I think that was GarageBand, wasn't it?
Yeah,
those old GarageBand. Yeah, you're just like...
And like that's an exaggeration. Like they don't sound that fucking bad or anything. Like they're still like totally passable and stuff. But when the instrumentation is this good and the songwriting is this good and the performances are this good, I want the guitar tones and the vocal production to be that fucking good. So obviously these are young dudes, probably with not that much money, probably with a friend recording them. So
get your money up.
Get your bread up, or get your production skills up, because you're doing a slight disservice to yourself.
It's true.
Just in like the tiny details. I'm being nitpicky. But
yeah, I mean they've already released an album, so it's like you can get away with one bad album, a few songs here there, but it's time to learn from those kind of things and use today's standards as not something to conform to, but to something to like reference and use as a strength. You can use all the good things about those things that people did well, and then and still have your own unique creative sound in the instrumentation and the arrangement.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I will say, to argue with myself a little here, perfect is the enemy of complete, right? Like, I've been sitting on EP that's halfway done for like 1 million years. You have too, right? And that's because we're fucking freaks about wanting it to be perfect, and it might never fucking see the light of day because of that. So, hats off to just getting it out there. But I don't know, this little detail I don't think would have taken 1 million years to alter if you have the right personnel in terms of production people. So
yeah, and someone kind of laying it straight with you too that's been there.
We've been there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can listen to our first EP.
Being young though, it's like you really don't have a frame of reference, and you really don't have other people in your life that have those frames of reference.
That's
only if you're really lucky. Like, I mean, we grew up with a bunch of people that were super incredibly talented, so they kind of knew what to do, and we kind of went in their footsteps. But it was, it's a lot to expect from people of that age, and people with day jobs and stuff.
Very true.
Also, a rite of passage that your first
couple
thing
releases.
just sounds
it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. It just sounds bad.
I mean,
all three of us have our first thing. It just sounds like shit. So
sounds pretty
sounds
bad.
like ass. Yeah.
I will say, this has not seemed to stop them from garnering notoriety. Like,
yeah, because the stuff's
not at
incredible.
all.
Yeah, the stuff's really.
They're
good.
getting hella streams. Yeah, and
Stuff's good. Yeah.
The music's
Many
fucking
followers.
good. So take everything we just said with a grain of salt. Like, keep doing you.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, to be honest.
It
It
doesn't
almost
even
got
matter.
3,000 followers.
It's just wish from like a very admirable sort of like perspective. Like, we just wish it was stronger in that regard, because you cast such a wider net with having just a super strong mix and something that people can like instantly grab onto and be like, whoa, this is like really good.
Yeah, I want that shit to bang in my car stereo. And if it's not banging in my studio monitor headphones, it ain't doing that, You deserve that.
If it ain't rattling my chest hair off.
Chest hair.
All right, sorry to derail us again. 8/6 in parentheses Hachi Roku.
Is it 8/6? Like a
Or
fraction?
8/6 or 8/6 like the fake time signature. I don't know. Snooze.
Ferris is Hachi Roku. Is that 8/6? Or 6/8, sorry.
What?
Is that 8/6?
Oh. Yeah, I think so. Hachi Roku. Yeah, it's 8/6.
A lot of snooze vibes here.
Yep.
Ooh. The melody. Ooh, so good here. Super save us from the Archon. How terrible, kind of. Oh man.
Ooh. That disco beat.
I love these melodies. It's simple but catchy.
Definitely strong snooze vibes for me here.
And if you guys have ever listened to that band Polymath, very similar, where it's just like super rhythmically like chuggy and drivey. Oh, especially here with the one note stuff, kind of Muse kind of esque.
Ooh.
That meow.
Okay. Okay, drums.
I kind of hear the like crash of rhinos, kind of a little bit.
Yeah, I could hear that.
Ooh, that bass
That
part.
bass solo? We're trading fours right now?
Ooh,
They might be jazz cats. Who knows?
Gotta be.
but when both the guitars and bass join up for that section and that same rhythm, what a good time to layer other distortions and other guitar like doubles on that, you know? Oh
100%.
man. Oh man, it's so good though. I mean, dude. I can't knock it when it's this good, but it's just I just want that, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to give you guys like $30,000 to just like pursue your production level dreams.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
But goddamn, that bass solo, that was crazy.
The dissonance here.
That's a hemiola.
I don't know. It just feels forced to me right here in this moment, but I don't know.
With the dissonance.
Yeah, it feels a bit like we just want to go in this direction just cause, but yeah. I do really like how they broke it up though. Right here. This was really good to follow it up with. Oh yeah.
I like that kind of reggaeton kind of drum beat.
Yeah, it's very expressive. This is kind of animals as leaders. Just like, old
I don't know.
animals
I'm
as
getting,
leaders.
and so I watch you from afar.
Oh,
a
sure.
little bit.
That's more like what I'm thinking. Yeah. Like an older kind of just chiller.
Yeah.
Kind of like chuggy. Oh, especially with that drum beat, super. And so I watch you from afar. That
Definitely.
That boo, got do, got. It was a good song. It was a good track. It definitely had its direction, but I liked it.
So first of all, this is the second track with no vocals, which I think is super interesting for a band where the singer is obviously talented. I feel like as we get through the EP, it gets a little more proggy as opposed to like post-hardcore and like
Sure.
math rock, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the chord progressions become a little weirder. The solo sections become a little more extended. The drummer is showing the fuck out. The bassist is showing the fuck out. Like the instrumentation really takes that kind of like fusion prog rock step as opposed to that like twinkly math rock direction. You know, it's
totally.
It's less punk rock ethos and more jazzy ethos.
Yeah, there's less of the on rails stuff that you would expect from the like metalcore, mathcore stuff.
Yeah,
like, while
absolutely.
albeit technical, this stuff is a lot more expressive in just like the Latin influences and like on the drumming and like different things like that. The guitar solos being interesting, the extended chugging and melodic sections like that all being, you know, going into different things as well. That's all signs of that sort of expressiveness that you can totally trace back to jazz roots. 100%.
100%. I'm fucking with it though.
The next track is called Moon. It's a 30-second little jam.
A little deep breath. A little exhale. After a pretty intense fucking almost 5 minutes.
And that's it. Last track.
Best guitar tone on the whole EP.
And Austin is back.
Does sound
That sounds more like you.
right
sounds
here.
like-
Yeah, that sounds like awesome. Ooh. Most notably, the worst mix so far.
It sounds like pool party.
Oh yeah,
It sounds like a pool party song.
yeah.
Totally.
The guitars are the least punchy I've ever heard.
Yeah, this sounds like a different person mixed it or something.
The drums are so. Where are the cymbals? They're in like
Vocal
another
performance
room.
is really good though.
Yeah.
Vocals are awesome. Like really hot in the mix, but they're really great.
Yeah.
The guitars are just so thin, and the drums are just buried.
Ooh.
This is a sick song too. The bass is really cool. I just wish I could hear more of everything.
Also, just now catching that this track is called Tetsuo, like the character from Akira.
Oh yeah.
More weeaboo shit going on. I fuck with that.
Nerds.
There's always got to be some anime shit.
Always.
Hey man, when you make virgin music, you have virgin interests.
How do they bring it back in here? Ooh. Kind of takes like a Fall of Troy kind of sound. It's an incredible composition despite the mix.
Yeah, the vocal performance here is really good.
There's no crash cymbal. Like, there's hardly, like, any cymbals. That is a cool riff. Oh, they decided to throw a guitar solo over. Interesting. That sounded like Austin right there. Holy shit. Or maybe even Adrian right there.
Yeah, I can see that.
Sounds like all of us.
Yeah.
We all need a feature on the next one,
Yeah.
just to throw people off.
We need to get Nuke Pasta on the mix too.
Haunted.
Haunted.
Hmm.
All
All
right.
right. Well, that was Tetsuo.
That was a cool song.
An attempt to harvest denial. Yeah, Tetsuo was
Okay.
cool. I like that song. It was very.
Yeah.
It was interesting, dynamic, and I did like the use of repeats, the calling back to the sections. It kind of has that like chorus vibe that Save Us from the Archon does a lot, bringing it back.
Yeah, you can see why this is the most streamed song on the EP release itself, right?
Is it?
Toasty as a single has more.
Yeah, it is.
But that's just as a single, so that makes sense. But on the EP itself, this is the most streamed track, and you can see why. I think it's the catchiest, it's the most accessible, it's got more repeats than a lot of the other tracks, right? Like Hachi Roku is fucking 5 minutes of just like non-stop fucking.
Also, I feel like those vocal
through
sections.
composed.
Yeah, I feel like those vocal sections appeal to like the Swancore audience too.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with that vocal style, the kind of grittier, kind of. A lot of the times, it's in the upper register, belting, kind of approach. What are your guys' general thoughts on the EP itself?
I thought it was great. I loved it. The mix was lacking for me in a lot of areas that took me out of it, took my focus away. The arrangements and the composition, there's not much to say about what I heard. It's gonna get a 10 for me in those areas for sure. So
Hell yeah.
that's the short and sweet.
Cool. Ferris, give me the skinny.
I thought that was great. I can already tell that this is going to be in my heavy rotation for the next couple weeks. I'm going to put it right up there. Maybe not classics wise with like the 2008 Tron EP, but I'm going to put it up there with things that make me feel the same way.
Yeah.
Kind of like Tony said, the only thing that I have real criticisms with is just the production's not as good as I think it could be. But the 2008 Tron EP also had kind of bad production, and I still love that EP. So,
Sure.
early band recordings.
Yeah, as like
Yeah.
a homegrown DIY vibe. It's not bad.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
also
think
listening to it in mono, so it probably sounds a little bit better in stereo. Maybe.
Can confirm it does sound a little bit better when you're listening on your own device. But I think we're all in agreement in terms of drawbacks, right? I will say that I see a lot of, you've pointed it out multiple times, Tony, in terms of the vocal performance, but a lot of us in this music, if you will, reminds me a lot of younger us.
Yeah, I hear specifically a lot of so as
stylistically.
to be phosphorescence. I hear a lot of like those like chuggy and those vocals, those vocal riffs, and the tonality of where the singing goes into the shouting and it goes into screaming. Like there's a lot of that that I love, and that's Austin. So I hear that just because we all hear that because we're so close to that music, But it is a really good, funny comparison to kind of point out.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I will say on a personal level, it is a little too close to some of the post-hardcore stuff for me in this present moment. Like, if you had shown this EP to me when I was 16, I would have thought this was the fucking coolest
We
shit
would have
that
loved to play with this band for sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
still
yeah.
love to play with this band. I would still love to play
I
with
would
this
too.
Oh,
band.
absolutely. Yeah, that doesn't.
Don't get me
take away,
wrong.
Yeah.
Where I'm at now versus where I was then, you know what I mean? Like, it sounds like young kids making music for kind of young kids a little bit. Super talented young kids, but like it does have that kind of quality to it, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
But I'm fucking with it. I think it's really cool. I like the more progressive elements. It sounds a lot like fucking. To me, it sounds a lot like Hail the Sun, which
Sure.
old Hail the Sun is like top tier shit for me. So
I
With,
mean,
like, a really
I think
interesting
every Hail the
basis.
Sun record has been good, but
Yeah, with like really interesting bass lines too, like upgraded kind of.
yeah, bass player fucking shows out this whole EP.
yeah,
Y'all
yeah,
got a
that
good one.
guy's shredding.
Good
That guy's
job.
shredding for sure.
Absolutely. Again, the tone, it doesn't need to be that like super growly, mid distorted kind of sounds. You know, we can vary up that too, and you
Agreed.
probably get a lot out of that. You know, variation and that sort of maybe a deeper kind of style. But that's just that's little stuff. These guys shred, and all of the stuff sounds like so good from just an overall perspective that I don't think any of this small shit matters. But it is small stuff.
Yeah,
that
I mean-
I do wish personally was.
Agreed. I mean, we can't just get on here and fucking completely glaze every band, even if we think they're really good. Like, we got to nitpick a little bit. Otherwise, what's the fucking point of talking about it? So that is my disclaimer. You guys are super fucking talented. Don't stop what you're doing. Keep going. It's just the little things that are probably expensive and that aren't a sign of a lack of talent or ingenuity. It's just not having a bunch of money to record in a place with the high end gear and shit like that.
Right. So if we want to get into ratings, I am interested to hear you guys' thoughts on the mathematics side. Like, what is the math index on this record? Because we were pointing
Can
a
I go
lot of
first?
metric things that were really interesting, and yeah, absolutely. Let me hear your thoughts.
Yeah, there are definitely a lot of interesting devices explored. Definitely cool hemiola stuff here and there. There's polymeters, right, where there's like this 5/6 thing going on, and definitely a lot of 5/8 happening. I feel like that's it though. There's not a lot of moments where the song suddenly switches to something completely out of left field, which is like not a bad thing per se. So if I had to put a number, I'd say like 7.5 mathematics.
Sure, I can see that.
I mean, I think it's a little bit more mathy than that. It's certainly more mathy than a lot of things that we've covered. I'd probably give it a 9 out of the math index. It's not overtly mathy.
Yeah, I
I
see.
mean, there's a lot of weird shit going on in there.
Hell yeah.
I see Austin's point in that there's not a lot of stuff that's like math rock staples. The hella like stopping and starting, the really quick like changing of sections, changing of grooves. What I feel like this band does well is kind of milking those things and writing those things, and that's not very math rock. That's more prog, and that's more of like the Swancore, like chorus, verse kind of feeling. So in that kind of sense, I do agree with Austin. That kind of detracts from that math rock's rating, and then all of the polymeters, the metric modulation, the swing stuff, the Latin stuff, like all of that incorporating, I hear that all as like fusion and math and all of that stuff. So that all adds points to me. So I think I'll go for the in between. I think 8 is a perfect middle for me. For math.
I like that.
7,
I
8,
like that.
9.
If we're putting a number on the taste test, just how we fuck with it. It sounds like we all fuck with it, but
Yeah,
Tony,
pretty
give me your
heavily.
number first.
Taste test wise, let's see. I don't know if this is a release that I'd want to come back to all the time because of the problems that I have with the mix. But overall, I would like like you said, if you had shown me this 10 years ago, I would probably play it every day and probably listen to it all the time and be just as influential to me as like Chon would be. But because I've heard a lot of stuff like this, and it does break the mold, even after that kind of all of that context aside, it does like break the mold in that sense. Or I mean, all of the context in mind, it does break the mold in that sense. There's a lot of things that I really like about it and a lot of things I dislike about it. So I'd say a 7 for me for taste test.
Cool. Ferris, what you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 9. It hits all the buttons I like. I've always wished that there was another 2008 Tron EP that I really liked.
Hmm. They
Um,
do it
I
well.
didn't really. Yeah, I didn't really like a lot of the stuff Tron did after that EP, but that one's really good. So I feel like it's hitting all those buttons.
Hmm.
Probably the only thing, like I said, that would detract. Same thing as Tony. Like the production's not great, but the production's not great on like Doppelganger, and the production's not great on the
Hmm.
first Hail the Sun record,
But
and all these other records. So
Ferris, you bring up a great point. It's got that youthful essence, though. It's got
yeah,
that,
yeah,
that very sprightly, like trying things out and throwing things at the wall. And I kind of love that about what Sean did, kind of a little bit
yeah.
in small ways.
I think that's why I like it so much too. It kind of reminds me of like, when I was first getting into all that type of music, and you're just like, everything is just like, oh, this is crazy. This is
Exactly.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea, like, you could, do this and like do that, put these two things together. And like, so it's cool. I like it.
Yeah, man, I'm feeling similarly. I don't think I'm gonna give it quite as high of a number, but the kids are all right, man. Like, we're trying shit, we're going places. It's clear that the influences that we fucked with so heavily when we were young are still prevalent. But it's also clear that we're taking shit in a slightly different direction. Where there's an amalgamation happening of a lot of those things from the kind of post-hardcore realm and the progressive rock realm and the kind of math rock realm. I'm struggling to put a number. I think I'm rocking with an 8.
Okay,
I think I'm
middle
rocking with the
7, 8,
8.
9 again. Cool.
Yeah,
So there.
and same detractors, right? It's production value a little bit. I'm as I'm getting older, that kind of shit is a little more important to me than it was when I was, 18, 19, 20.
Hmm.
And I think beyond that, I would love to hear this band. Because they've got the upper gear shit, right? Like, it's a high energy band. I would love to hear a little bit more of the smooth side of this band at times to give it some contrast and some depth.
Sure.
They do it a little bit, but I would love to hear a little bit more of that side of this band.
Nah,
Just
fuck that shit.
fuck you. Shut up. This is my moment.
Fuck that shit. That's why I stopped liking
Fuck
Tron.
you.
It got too soft.
You could look at a band like Covet that does something like that well. That does a strong, energetic, really heavy part with a twinkly kind of thing incorporated. Albeit twinkly
Yeah.
mainly, but
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not saying that I want this band to abandon what their obvious essence is, right? Like, they're a high energy band. I like that. I think they would benefit from occasionally taking longer passages
sure.
where we're in a quieter mode, where
Sure.
we're in a groovier mode as
Yeah.
opposed to a
I
really
feel like this
punchy
band
section.
is doing a lot of fusion of a lot of different styles and a lot of absorption of those influences, and I feel like throwing that as well into the arsenal would only better the sound.
Agreed. Cool. Last one is context.
So
I think
I'll go here.
ahead.
I'll
Yeah,
start
yeah.
here. I mean, we've been talking a lot about Chan. We've been talking a lot about the influences. And I think to bring us back to those places and all of those things that we love so much about those initial reactions and those initial takes of those bands, I think this band did that in such a good way that I'm going to give this a 10 for sure for context because I feel like they took so many of those things and didn't like overuse it. They did it in such a youthful, expressive way. They made it their own. It's this really cool, unique sloth sound that I really love, and I think the context around what the music they're making and this post-hardcore swancore kind of that's kind of departed, and we've entered this post realm of that I feel this band is really thriving in those kind of essences and those kind of inspirations, and I feel like at being young they're on that way up, and I feel like that score justifies that sort of expressiveness and creativity.
100. Ferris, what you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10 as well. I think it has you can tell where all their influences are, you can tell all the things that they like, but it doesn't ever really feel derivative like a lot of those other offshoot bands feel. I feel like it has its own originality. It has, like we keep coming back to, it has just like that youthful like playfulness and like just like an open field of like this could go anywhere, this could be anything. I
That's
think it
right.
sounds really exciting.
That's why it
Huh?
reminds us of early Pool Party because it just has that like
Yeah.
youthful, like fun.
Yeah, it's just like that bouncy, like
yeah.
I don't work a full-time job yet. Have to pay rent, and
They, which they probably do.
Yeah.
I have six failed relationships and like all this other stuff
In 1 month.
that makes
yeah.
you. Yeah, I've started listening to Miles Davis. Yeah, it's just it's cool. It's just fun to listen to. It's cool. I also like the fact that like I can tell these guys have a lot of talent and they're not at the peak of their talents.
Yeah.
It's just like they have so much potential to like be better than what they are right now. So, and for me,
Yeah, I'm feeling real similarly to you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and slap a 10 on it as well.
Ooh.
You made the exact point I was gonna say, is that this shit it sounds like it was fun to make and it is fun to listen to. And while personally I feel like I have kind of grown beyond the post-hardcore phase of my life a little bit, I really enjoyed this. It was nostalgic without being derivative. I said it sounds like Hail the Sun a lot, but it's not a carbon copy.
Yeah.
And so many
Yeah.
bands in this realm of like Dance Gavin Dance adjacent, just
Yeah.
sound like Dance Gavin
Swancore.
fucking Dance. Yeah, so in Swancore, just sound like fucking Dance Gavin Dance. And I don't need that. Dance Gavin Dance puts out a fucking record every goddamn year. I'm not even listening to that shit anymore. So don't
No.
give me some carbon cop. I don't need 50 fucking Dance Gavin Dance records a year. I don't want that shit. So thank you for giving me something that is, true to the style and the influences, but like you guys said, is innovative in its own way. It's youthful. It's fun to listen to. It's definitely coming from a place where these kids have hella talent and they will continue
put in
to
the
grow
work.
and get better.
You
They put
can-
in the fucking
you
work,
can hear it,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
are there more Dance Gavin Dance records or Fast and Furious movies? Let's find out.
Fuck.
I'm actually curious.
That's
Hold
a good
on.
question.
Albums.
I think at a certain point,
1,
Dance Gavin
2,
Dance will have
3,
more records than there are
4,
iPhones.
5, 6, 7. Do we count the live one? The live. All right.
No, I don't think so.
7, 8, 9. That's a remaster. 10, 11.
Dude,
All right. So they're
11?
2 off.
That's crazy.
There's
Yes.
11 DGD records?
There are not including
Wait, how many Fast and
the
Furious movies
live
are there?
record. There's like 13, I
Really?
think.
Holy
Maybe
shit.
14 because I don't know if Tokyo Drift is in. There's
Dude,
there's
they're
13 like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're hitting
I
like
think there's
Final Fantasy numbers. The fuck?
yeah.
That's
Holy
insane.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm
it's
gonna be
that.
so real though. There are like exactly 4 Dance Gavin Dance records that I even like.
Sure.
There's exactly 4, and of those 4, like half the songs on a couple of them I don't really like that much.
There's like
pretty
the
much-
first
it's just-
8 I like, I think.
First 8,
Yeah.
8
Downtown
records?
Battle Mountain.
Yeah, I like
Actually-
DBM 1 and 2, and then the 2 Kurt Travis records. That's it.
I actually don't really like the first Kurt Travis record, but Happiness, great.
I don't
Happiness
think
is
I've ever listened to a Kurt Travis record.
Acceptance
Really?
Speech.
I haven't
Instant
listened to any
Gratification,
of the DGG stuff.
Mothership.
You know what? Don't waste your time. Mothership fucking sucks. That's a terrible.
What? Dude,
That shit fucking sucks.
album goes hard as fuck. The riffs
It goes
in that album
hard
are
in the
crazy.
derivative paint, bro. That shit sounds like
Dude,
every other
it's
fucking
not
song they've
derivative
released.
if it is the thing that's being derivated.
You can derive of
Derive.
oneself, bro. It can be derived of itself. It's fucking.
So what?
They're copy
Oh,
paste,
dude.
copy. I'm
Dude,
sorry.
you're
All right, this is
fucking
not the
stupid.
point of the episode. This is
Austin
not-
gets a
we can,
0.
We can do a
For
whole
context,
episode about this.
Austin gets a 0 for
All I know about
personality,
Kurt
and
Travis-
Austin gets a fucking 0 for being pasty as fuck.
All I know about Kurt Travis is Post NC completely mogged their set when they went on tour.
What do you mean, mod?
Huh?
What does that word mean?
It
I'm
means
old.
like the when the
Austin gets a
when
0 for swagger.
when the Rizzler does the thing, he's like,
I thought that was mewing.
I love that
Go post that
explanation. Like if someone who didn't know like slang terminology was just like, what does that mean? And you're like, it's when the Rizzler. Like what?
dude, I might be a
Just
zoomer.
even-
I might be a zoomer. I'm on the
How do you
threshold.
explain?
Definitely are. Are you kidding me?
How would you explain
Okay.
the Rizzler to someone who doesn't have internet?
Okay, all right. Let's put a bow on this shit. Sloth, an attempt to harvest denial. Banger. What's the math on this shit, Tone? What's our final scores looking like?
Our final score is an 8, 8, and a 10. So,
8, 8, and a 10. What does that round out to?
Let's see.
That's pretty high.
It is 8.6 repeating, of course.
Of course. Of course.
8.6.
Hey,
Is that
that's
our highest
pretty-
rating?
No, that's not our highest rating.
8.6 goes
Jackal
hard.
Twins was like a 9 or some shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty
What's
sure
Jackal
Jackal
Twins
Twins
9?
was, yeah.
That's like I
Highest
think
one.
our highest rating so far. We need to create a chart of this so we can stop
Yeah, we do.
fucking speculating on our own episode
A
scores.
spreadsheet.
Guys, this was fun.
Yeah.
Sloth, please put out more records. Come to Vegas. Go to Philly. Play in Denver. We'll give
To
you hugs and
Denver.
kisses.
Denver.
Any final thoughts before we fucking the fuck out of here?
Obviously, everybody should follow this band on Instagram. What's the handle they're under, Austin?
Sloth.
Our social
Sloth
media
band
manager?
SA.
SA for
Sloth
San
band
Antonio.
SA for San Antonio, not sexual.
Oh no.
Sloth band, sexual aggression.
Good band. Probably good guys. And goodbye.
Catch y'all later. Like the video, comment the video,
Peace.
subscribe. We'll catch you later. Love you.